We have another theist on the line, and so the name here is The Recipe from Canada, and it just says Christ is God. I'm gonna give this over to Jesus since you're, God and all, and so I think this will be interesting.
Shalom.
Yeah, I don't know about all shalom to you, but I find it interesting. You quoted Romans 1:20, and I believe my interactions with you guys is a demonstration or a fulfillment of Romans 1:20, the fact that you're fighting against the truth. Given the fact that I have debated most of your popular atheist apologists, even your friend Jmike, your friend ceased to know.
Oh, this is the 7-week argument.
Oh, so you already know. So it's funny how
yeah, hold on. I'm very aware. Hold on. No. I'm going to mute you. I have the power here. You're not going to talk over me. I understand your weak argument, right? Your weak argument. I get it. If you have another argument, that'd be great. I don't want to bore the audience with what to me like is seriously a really bad argument. But if you have another one, maybe we can go through that. Or JC could go through the weak argument, maybe. And he's like,
am I on now? Yeah.
You were still talking the whole time, so you didn't listen to me. Yeah, thank you.
I did listen. Jmike, it's easy to say I have a weak argument, but it's harder to demonstrate. You have yet to provide an argument. So all I'm saying is, instead of hiding and fulfilling Romans 1:20, how about you actually demonstrate that my argument is weak? Because just saying it's weak and muting me doesn't mean you're right. See, you don't have
that's really easy. You ready? There's no logical entailment from the fact that some civilization came to like what the days would be, right? And that proves some religion. That does not follow. For you to think it follows means you have the most garbage standards of evidence that I've ever heard in my life. I'm sorry.
Okay,
to think that what people create, right, in terms of their established preferred way of looking at the world or something like that is indicative of a creator. I need that inference rule. You're going to have to break that inference rule down for me.
Let me do that. First of all,
yes.
Thank you for strawmanning my argument. Because first of all, my argument is stipulated on the fact that the authorship of the 7-day cycle is unique to the God of the Hebrews. Therefore, every nation kept a different cycle for the veneration of their gods. They created temples. They created the Sumerians created temples. The Egyptians created a temple for their 10 days to worship their gods. So to suggest that the prediction, which is the second proposition, of the universal application of the 7-day cycle as a demonstration of power over all nations cannot be relegated to some type of all the people of the world accepted the 7-day cycle when it went against their religious, cultural aspirations. So try to argue my point and not strawman me, Mr. Jmike.
Awesome. And so that inference rule does not follow that a God exists at all.
Explain which part of the argument.
No. Listen, you're going to get muted again.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, JC. Sorry.
I mean, from what I understand is he thinks that just because it's the 7 days cycle or whatever the calendar that we've ended up with or settled on now was in the Bible, that somehow that's proof. Well, that doesn't make sense when you've got things like algebra, right? Wasn't like the number 0 invented by a completely different religion? I mean, which religion wins? I mean, is it the religion that it totally doesn't make any sense to me either. I don't think it's a strong argument.
Did you just say algebra as a refutation? Are you like?
Well, are you saying a week? Are you saying a 7-day week is proof of anything? That the validity of the entire Bible is? I mean, there are many other religions that are responsible for things that we still use today that are just as much important. Huh?
Full of universal prediction.
That's not. Look,
you made a statement. Now, back it up.
This isn't a novel prediction from where you think it comes from, right? Like, and you've already tried to say like this. that the Sumerians were wrong, right? I think you had that conversation with Johnny. Look, I'll just grant
I
you.
said they kept the lunar cycle. It's not
Yes,
the 7-day cycle.
that's fine. That's fine. I'll just grant you what you want. The inference rule doesn't follow. Look, there's no contradiction in the view that they could have came up with it and their God doesn't exist. There's no contradiction in that view. None of what you think applies. Look, it's like thinking you're not even understanding that in either case, right? In the case where there's a secular society that comes up with it, in the case where it's wherever you think it comes from and it proves God. In either case, right, that doesn't prove the inference that God does not exist, doesn't prove the inference that God did exist, even if it was a secular group. If I looked at some group in the past and they were entirely secular and they came up with this and I used this argument, I'd be embarrassed. That's the best thing in my arsenal is to use this argument. I'd be fucking embarrassed.
I'm not the one who made the prediction to say it's the God of the Hebrews, or if you want to claim the Hebrews, they say, look what I'm about to do. In 2,000 years, every nation is going to be submitted to a 7-day cycle. They made the prediction. So I'm just reiterating the argument that they provided, the evidence that they say 2,000 years ago, when it was not universal, when only Israel kept a 7-day cycle, they stated that their God said he would submit all nations to a 7-day cycle as a sign.
Okay, and so hold on, look. That is what. Hold on, look, stop. Would the same prediction of in Hinduism that the Earth is 4.3 billion years old when it's actually what 4.5, or I think it was 4.5 and it's 4.3, right? Does that prove Hinduism is true? That's a way better prediction than the fucking weak cycle. Are you kidding me? So by your logic, Hinduism should be true, right? Because that's a much better prediction.
Let's give you.
No, answer the question, or I'll answer the question, or I'll move on. Directly answer the question, or I'm done with you. I do not care. You've got enough airtime for your garbage argument, and I'm about done with it. So answer the question or not. Is that by parity of reasoning, is Hinduism now true? You're unmuted. Actually, he's not. I lied. Now you're unmuted.
Oh, okay, thank you. I will answer your question directly, but it's funny how you entertain the crazies, but when you got something real serious in front of you, you run.
Yeah, I'm not interested in your preamble. Give me the answer or I'll drop the call. Really simple. Right. So on parity,
I'm answering your question.
Awesome. I'll say it again. On parity of reasoning.
So
right. This is a much better claim. Hinduism must be true, right?
So let's give you the benefit of the doubt that they did say 4.2 billion. Is that 4.2 or 4? Is it 4.2 or is it 4.5? So it's not an accurate prediction. My prediction is universal. It's accurate 100%. 4.2 to 4.5, that's 3 billion. And that's if I accept your false premise. But even if I were to get accepted, it's still not a prediction. 4.2.
Look. Okay, so stop. I'm gonna hold on. 4.5 isn't like an untenable position on the age of the Earth, right? Like it could be that through the years that it actually just aligns with 4.3. Our current knowledge is not indicative of that. We've exhausted the knowledge, right? Like you're just exposing how your thought process even works. Like you don't even like think about, in virtue of like what the novel prediction of science is predicting, isn't just saying, it's not like falsification is no longer acceptable. Like at all times we can falsify this. And what if we get to the point, and just the state of affairs is the case that the universe is 4.3, right? And Hinduism got it true. Are you willing to back off Christianity in favor of a much better claim? Yes or no?
Again, you went to a prediction, which is false, 4.2, 4.5. Now you're saying, oh, well, you should get some leeway. That's how
no. No, so you're not gonna straw. It's ironic someone says I straw man them when they just straw man my point, right? My point is not that I'm giving leeway. My point is that the Earth being 4.5 now, which is substantiated way more than any belief that you have in this religion, right? That could be changed. It could be 4.3. And if it's 4.3 at that time, or if it just ends up, say we exhaust all the knowledge and we go, oh, it's 4.3. Are you willing to change? I'm trying to point out how bad this reasoning is, because even if they got it right, that isn't enough evidence for Hinduism to be true, right?
Yeah.
That's my point. So would you accept it? Because it seems that you accept really bad evidence, and I'm trying to see if you're just consistent with really bad evidence.
Yeah, you made your point. It went from 250 million years to 4.2 billion years to 4.5. So basically what you're saying is you're so desperate to try to find some type of argument, or a disgusting argument, that you would try to suggest that my argument, which is universal, is the same thing as somebody claiming it was 250 million years. Then it went to 4.2 billion years. Now it's 4.5. You're all over the place, Jmike, Monsieur. I'm an atheist.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another shot. I'm gonna try not to take the the unnecessary, I guess, straw man or whatever you want to put there. But
I would just ask him a question rather than just. I'm just curious. Socratically, what I just want to know is if the 7-day cycle is like the proof, the smoking gun or whatever that you're trying to say it is. Why is it so broken? We don't have, it doesn't work properly. That's why we have a leap year. That's why, it's the one we settled on.
Well, it's an arbitrary, look, it's just people setting some criterion of like what the state of affairs is as divisional, as opposed to like, here's the age of the earth, which would be a much better claim.
Perfect. If it was created that way, it should just be created perfectly to where there aren't all these exceptions, like leap years and such, so that we can get it to kind of work and wiggle it in. It's like the argument that, the human body is so perfect, the eyeball is so perfect, therefore there must be a creator. But then you look at the body and it isn't perfect. Yes, it's great, but there's a lot of flaws with the human body. There's a lot of issues.
JC.
Yes.
Hey, buddy, a 7-day cycle has nothing to do with years. The Hebrew 7-day cycle has nothing to do with a yearly cycle. So your point is out the window. And I'm telling you, you should start smoking that weed that you're smoking because you're really out there. And Mr. Jmike, I embarrassed your.
Yeah, we're not going to have any like derogatory, if your argument was that good, like if it was really good and it proved God and Jesus and all that, right? Like at no point would you resort to like some unnecessary character assassination that has nothing to do with like the actual argument that proves God. Right? You would just
ad hominem.
You just stay focused on the argument.
Yeah, I don't need an ad hominem attack. It really. I mean, when you do say that it's proof that the numbers and everything, then you've really got to look into the numbers. I mean, and it is that it all. I don't know. It is whatever. Let's move on.
Look, if anybody come up to me and they said they believed something and it was true in virtue of somebody predicting what some society would accept was the right cycle, right? Like if it's just the best way that we categorize, or the best way that we come to, there's just no entailment that had anything to do with the thing that you're propping up. They're just not related. The prediction you make has nothing to do with the actual phenomena which you think exists. It's just people within the group that claim that it has absolutely nothing to do with like the metaphysics of the religion, nothing to do with the doctrines of the religion. It could be wrong, and I'd still grant that God could exist. It's just a really weird argument to go on. Like I would never say, "Oh, the secular society, 7-day week, therefore, like no God." Who would do that?